my God, yo. Why y'all don't let me lie, but then I gotta let y'all lie.
You ain't gotta let nobody lie.
Ooh, yo. Like, certain people look like they had an STD before, yo. You had an STD, Ice. Yo.
Out might be a couple weeks.
So in your adult life, you've never gone a couple weeks without sex?
No.
Lying ass ugly.
You say what you want.
Shit.
You say what you call it a lie. Say what you want.
This nigga's
Emanny shoots at Ice. Yeah, on the last episode of the Joe Budden podcast, Emanny finally decided to set his sights on Ice. Now, the reason he did was because he felt Ice wasn't really being honest about a couple prompts that they introduced to the show. Those prompts being that, first, do you or have you ever had a STD? And Ice said he never had a STD, to which Emanny funnily said, yeah, actually, you look like someone who had a STD before, so stop lying up here. Now, my thing is, I feel like because Emanny and Ice have a previous relationship that predates the pod, I think he knows Ice has had an STD before, which is why he felt so comfortable jumping out on him in regards to this subject. Then there was another conversation about what's the longest you've went without sleeping with anybody. And I said no more than like a couple weeks. And then Emanny said, you ugly dude, you definitely are lying. And those were two big shots. Now, I know a lot of you might be like, Danny, this is jokes. Danny, that you really bugging, you reaching again. But the reason why I focus on any jab taken at Ice is because for the existence of his time on the pod, he's had a manicured experience. All members of the show basically take it easy on him, and it's something that is a result of Joe saying, hey, take it easy on Ice. So when anyone steps out of there, it's funny that it's happening because Ice isn't one to take that kindly. Like it usually ruminates in his head. He gets upset. Some examples of that are when Flip gets at him for the way he talked about Afro beats.
Grow you got it. I'm from Queens.
And also when Flip made fun of how protective he is of his girl.
She's still there, Freed. She love you, Freed. You got her on lock. She there.
This nigga said she's still there.
She's there, Freed.
So we're going to have to see how this evolves. And I do think maybe Emanny felt comfortable shooting at Ice because Ice's protector wasn't there. Joe Budden. Joe Budden is the one who, when he's usually on the show, Joe steps right in, he segues out of the roast, or he says, leave Ice alone. And we also have to remember, Ish is another one that takes it easy on Ice, and he even said it in previous episodes that, Ice whole mood changes if you make fun of him. He starts to derail the show, and he becomes a problematic podcaster.
Ice will get hot like this.
He do.
So I asked, is that the definition that we gonna go by? If somebody cracks on Ice's hair, sneakers, Ice will get moody instantly. Ice gets fiery right here and will stop speaking for about 10, 15 minutes if Joe get on his nerves.
There was 2 months where Ice was moody almost every time he was on the pod.
Now, as for what this means for Emanny, only time will tell if he will get at Ice because, I remember on Spaces around this time last year, he was super protective of Ice. I mean, this guy was like, yo, Ice is really good. It's crazy how y'all don't rock with him. Y'all don't do anything. Y'all be hating on him, but he's great. But I think what switched and why he felt comfortable dissing Ice was that he started to take shots at Emanny. Ice would regularly joke about Emanny, not being ready for the main pod, not being prepared to take the step. And he does that a lot. Like, I don't know if y'all know this. Ice is kind of an elitist on the mic. Like, I think he believes because he was there since 2021, he can shoot at folks. But to anyone who listens to the show, folks know that he is not like I literally had to stop shooting at Ice because people were like felt bad for him. Like I remember getting hit up by people, and not even from the pod. People were like, yo, leave Ice alone. Like, Ice is a good guy. He's a good person. I remember the whole cast on Space was like, yo, Danny, leave Ice alone. He's so good. And then there was the people like, Ice got better. So now you just hate. And it's like, how did Ice get better? Just because he's not the worst? And he still is the worst to me. I still think he's towards the bottom of the podcasters. And for everybody saying that, nah, he's actually good, you just hating. You gotta realize they put training wheels on his experience on the show. Joe literally said, don't make fun of Ice. Flip literally cannot make fun of Ice. Mark says he doesn't go there with Ice. So he has training wheels on. They're protecting him. So that's why when Ice starts to get on his high horse, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Don't you realize that you're not getting the proper experience on the podcast? Like everybody else got to deal with people dogpiling them. Even Melissa Ford, Ish. The only person who don't got to deal with that is Parks because he doesn't really reveal too much on air. But I wanted to end this video with a proper Ice read that happened on my Reddit. And it was interesting. This was done on the Joe Budden Network Reddit, which I created. And it was made by Jumbo Liar. So let's start reading. This is the guy whose #1 accomplishment is being the most annoying person on Twitter for years. Over a decade, he made a name off trolling people who are more successful than him and didn't even get paid for it. He genuinely did it for the love of the game. This is the man who wears getting a vasectomy like it's some badge of honor and brags about it to his friends. This is the brother that is the walking embodiment of you can dish it, but you can't take it. Freeze will crack a joke on anyone, but as soon as someone jokes on him, his voice will crack. His forehead will wrinkle up like a Shar-Pei, and steam will come out of his elf-like ears. The man brings a whole new meaning to taking his ball and going home, to the point that it's an unwritten rule that nobody can make fun of Ice too hard. He must be treated with kid gloves. This is a man that took it a step further and said, F Beijing. He put the stuff they use to pave roads and parking lots on his beard like hair dye. Then looked his co-host dead in the face and said he didn't do anything to his beard. He just woke up looking like he took a Sharpie to the face, all while telling us he'd probably snitch on his mama if it kept him out of jail. This is the dude that got his heart broken and made it his personal mission to have sex with married women only just so other men could feel a fraction of his pain. And he did all of this while not only looking like a beaver, but he did it with halitosis and hot breath. Now, these aren't my words. These are the words of Jumbo Liar on the Reddit. And boy, was it hard pressing dialogue about Ice. Now, I'm not saying I agree with all of that. Some of that was really personal. But damn, that is the type of joking and disses that the podcast protects Ice from. Right? Because he was talking about he's never had an STD before. He's never, gone a couple weeks without sleeping with somebody. And it's like, he's like Superman. And I think if anybody else on the show kind of did some of that, they would get roasted to high heaven. Which is why Emanny decided to put him on blast and say, yo, but that doesn't make no sense. Like, I know you, bro. We was at the compound. Wasn't you the person who stuck a Heineken bottle up somewhere? That is high STD rates, most likely. If you're engaging in that level of behavior, Lord knows what else you are doing. And now we're seeing that when Joe's not around, Emanny is not afraid to shoot at Ice. But I guarantee you, if Joe was there, Emanny probably would have kept it cool because Joe would have defended him. But let me know what you think about Emanny shooting at Ice. It's a B mic on B mic battle, and things are heating up in Joe Budden's absence. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. Follow me on Patreon, The Stop. There's a lot of content there. There's the Heineken interview. There's the Poetic Flacco interview. There's the space I just did with Mark Lamont. and Emanny. Then there is a breakdown of what is really Charlemagne's stake in the Black Effect Network. I kind of saw that Charlemagne had he doesn't have access to the IP anymore. Like the LLC, like his LLC registered Black Effect Network, but then iHeart took it back and also has copywritten the name Black Effect Network. So there's a lot going on. And go to my Patreon to see the video. All right, this is Danny from The Stop. Peace.